Entering settings screen, you have 18 options. Menu narration option is set to off is selected.
Incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver. I'm a believer. Someone better kick my fever. Tell me it's 100 degrees underneath my whole flesh. Everyone tells me it's a bit of a mess. I'ma tell the risk I was never at the end. I would never get this off my chest. Oh, I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings, I would never underestimate. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Take your eyes off me, don't want to see me when I'm gone. Moral of the story was you're wrong. Everything I gave and everything I lost. Good things come at a
Now, this great venue has hosted some memorable playoff games over the years, and these Bear fans are hoping to make some new memories today at Soldier Field in Chicago. Coming up, it's the final game of Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a good NFC matchup in store between the Carolina Panthers and the Chicago Bears. Winner go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC Wild Card game.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. That's it. Right to the three. Bring it.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
I got you.
Newton now to throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
There are a good number of coaches at any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5.
20.
Out of the gun, Newton. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
Set, ready? 3. I hope you got your rest because I'm about to take you to school.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And that's one of the reasons we like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. They'll run it now out of the gun. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Could not have thrown that out there any better. When the ball hit the ground, I thought it might go into the end zone the way it was angling, but perfectly jutting out at the 1.
You think maybe what we saw in practice came into play there? You know, he put those big cans down on the sideline and angled for him and shot for him. Looks like it worked out pretty well for him, too.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he'll get him a little bit of breathing room across the 5 to the 6-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, both teams practice this situation, and this time the guys on offense won, and in a very nice way. What a run from that position on their own goal line.
Gave him some good breathing room.
I wonder now, do you still stack the line of scrimmage, or do you play normal defense? They may have backed them off with that run.
Well, this is Callaway on the receiving end. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. So still backed up, but the situation not as dire now. 1st and 10 at the 14. First down, a run with Cohen. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. First down for the Bears, a gain of 15.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Showing up.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. In on the tackle there, Luke Kuechly.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish? Holding that to a minimal gain.
From the 31, Trubisky. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
They'll try to run for it with Cohen. Room here to run. Flexing his muscle at the 30. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs, gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 5. Check, 59.
Hey, 18.
Check 24.
Hey, ball.
From the 24, Trubisky. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A pickup of 24, and that's where the play began, the 24-yard line. So 1st and goal and an opportunity for our first points in this wild card game. They'll go with Foreman, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. A great effort there. Taking it in. as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first two drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into first downs and hopefully points.
Second and 5 at the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Here's Newton. He'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Strip the ball. Strip that ball.
From the gun on 3rd down, Newton. And he finds a man. It's McCaffrey. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. McCaffrey on the counter. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
The tackle made at the 36-yard line. A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 36-yard line.
After 7-0 on EA Sports.
What's that? Ready? Watch the run. Watch the run. 4-7.
On 2nd and 9, Newton. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cleveland Farrell drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there.
Let's go.
At their own 18-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And coming up on their 2nd drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice, and it all came together. But I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
Now a throw left sideline here is complete.
But that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 2.
The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for third down.
It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long... Alert, alert, alert.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now.
Gun.
On first and 10, Newton going right side here, and that's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 13 yards, first down, Panthers.
Barney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like he said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. And let's see who's faster.
You ain't going nowhere.
And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be third and about a foot or two. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Now Newton on first down. Buying time to his left. He'll run it. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Oh, yeah. Here we go again. Here we go again. Check safety, check safety. Big Dad,
They'll try the air now with Newton. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Banks. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. A first red zone opportunity for the Panthers thus far. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. And they'll try the jet sweep here. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14.
Mike 3. Mike 3. Come up the ball. Check 50. Check 50. 20. Here we go.
Now Newton. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Cleveland Farrell able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. Third down, here's McCaffrey. Open space inside the 10. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. 22 yards as they are now on the board here in the first half. Tavecchio good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now Trubisky. Open man is Trey Burton. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Check 18. General West. Check. Back.
On 3rd down, a run with Cohen. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Run. 33. 61. Matchbox lights. Out. Alert.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. That's taken in by Callaway. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 41-yard line. They'll run on 1st down. Cohen. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Lock in. Tighten up. You draw forfeit. Alert. No.
Play action. It's Trubisky. There goes a deep ball. End zone. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and short. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard.
Watch QB drop. Watch the shoot. Watch the twist.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. He wants it all for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. So cancel the interception, pass interference.
And you know what else gets canceled? The return yardage. Makes the play, but now it's all for naught.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Off the toss, Cohen. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. The kick by Pinheiro is good. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, one of these 2 teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Here's Trubisky. This one into the hands of Burton. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter, it's a good running back dive play.
Now Trubisky to throw. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Bilal Nichols in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. That'll be a 50-yard punt with 8 on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
Mike 3. Combo. You got to get the ball, D. Get the ball.
This is McCaffrey. The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it. And this is picked up by the Bears. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 16 yards is the pickup there and a 1st down for Chicago. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
I'm here on this 6-6. Pull it back.
Trubisky now off the bootleg, out to his left. He's going to take off with it. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Here's a 4-receiver look now. 3 of those guys out to the right side on 2nd and 8.
Shift. Alert.
Trubisky will throw. Completes this to Callaway over on the right side. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 14.
Watch the whip. Watch the whip. Safety's creeping.
From the red zone now, here's Trubisky on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Javon Hargrave, the D tackle, getting the sack. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So on the heels of the sack, they knock him backwards in the running game.
So now it's up to the offense coordinator talking directly into the helmet of his quarterback to instill a little bit of confidence here. Call the play with authority, call with confidence, and let him know this one is the winner.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Throwing here, Trubisky. That's going to be caught. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. In for the score as the Bears push further out in front. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You'd better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
So we got man. Great. 8.
On 2nd and 9, Newton. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On 1st down, it's Cohen. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Who that? Switch.
They try again with Cohen. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
On 3rd down, it's Cohen. And some room to maneuver. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen, 37 yards. And the Bears turn that interception into a touchdown.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, Yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not...
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9, and it'll be back to a 3rd and 3. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. That'll be caught by his tight end, Ian Thomas. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a 1st down. Now a 1st down throw for Newton. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Newton. Being chased out left. And now he's going to use his legs. 1 quarter remains in this NFC wildcard matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
You got tight. You got tight right there. Switch.
A shotgun snap for Newton. Going to throw deep for the end zone. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Christian McCaffrey. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Panthers, they're able to draw a bit closer. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs to keep.
Touchdown, Chicago! Antonio Callaway, 66 yards as the Bears push further out in front.
Well, that is certainly a deflator right there defensively. Their guys just came off of a touchdown drive. They're back in the game, and then bam, they give up a touchdown 1 play later. How about that?
And the momentum, which seemingly had shifted the other direction, thought we might be seeing a comeback. That momentum right back the other way.
Well, that is certainly not complimentary football that we saw right there. The defense is supposed to help their offense, not give up another touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off.
The Panthers take over
Let's go.
first and 10.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
23 yards on the play. Now a man open down the middle of the field. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. To throw again on 2nd down. Newton, and that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an intercept.
Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Check. 49, check 49, check 49.
Gun.
The Panthers going for it on 4th. Newton. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28, and his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Under 10. Lock in.
After the interception, here's Trubisky. Eric Murray that time there to knock it away. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes it...
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. 13 yards, 1st down, Panthers. Newton now 10 of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a 1st and 10.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soft. Y'all playing the wrong.
Great.
Out of the gun, Newton. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Couple of 1st downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Here's Newton. Dancing to his left. He's going to take off with it. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Newton. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play. Newton. Throwing middle, and it's complete. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a third time. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. He'll have a first down past the 40, and finally taken down at the 44-yard line. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 2nd and 9, Trubisky. He's going to loft one. Deep lefts. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 2nd and 11 now. Newton. Thomas has got it. Complete. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16. Back to throw. Newton. And this is incomplete. He was trying to get that one into the hands of Christian McCaffrey. And it's 2nd down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Throwing again. Newton. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Here we go on 4th. Newton. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off around the 37. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. Well, I get it, Charles. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Down big. They just sent their receivers out, let it fly. But the defense, they were ready.
Yeah, and there aren't too many people left in this stadium that couldn't see that coming. But that's not a big
rush coming, and he's taken down. Shaq Thompson making his presence felt on the sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Now Foreman. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long.
180. 33. Wild Bill, Wild Bill. Begin. Alert 3, alert 3.
Again, it's Foreman. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now.
A 4-yard gain. It's 4th down.
Their coaching staff, they were pretty adamant beginning of the year. Our goal is to get to the Super Bowl. Well, they made it to the playoffs. That's part 1, but they fall a little bit short.
And to me, once again, it exemplifies just how difficult it is to not just make the